DC show, our foot firmly planted on the gas pedal, and tonight we have multiple AEW titles on the line. Will we see a new AEW Women's Champion? Will the Hangman be able to survive the most revered, dangerous athlete of our generation in Samoa Joe? It all goes down here tonight at the Prudential Center.
And now, DC presents AEW Full Gear 0 Hour.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Full Gear 0 Hour. I am your host tonight, Renee Paquette. Joining me, as always, Mr. RJ City.
Hello. They call this place The Rock, but I'm not going to do that because that's weird. We are presented by DC, and like Batman tonight, there will be a lot of morally justified violence.
Fair enough. And this lady joining us for the first time ever out here on the panel. She's going to be out looking for some scoops a little bit later, but you know, she's too pretty to keep in the back. Lexi Nair.
Renee, don't make me blush. Yes, I'm usually backstage, but I'm here with you guys for the first time. And let me tell you, it just hits different being up here, but I'll be down at the VIP deck a little later. But man, I am just happy to be here.
You know who else is happy to be here? This guy, the legendary Double J, Jeff Jarrett.
Renee, we got a lot going on here. This is our 7th Full Gear. There's been a total of 9 title changes, 5 on the line tonight, but I'm here to see that 10,000 pounds of steel lower. Joe, Hanger, good luck.
Well, that is tonight's main event. You guys don't want to miss anything. How do we watch?
Great question. If you were in the United States, you can watch Full Gear on HBO Max, Prime Video, YouTube, ppv.com, in demand through traditional cable satellite providers, and Dave & Buster's. But if you're not in the United States, Lexi.
Yes, for you international folks, you can tune in on YouTube, ppv.com, and Prime Video.
That's right. We've got a stacked show, as we said. Let's talk about it, shall we? Is tonight the night that Mercedes wins the big one, number 14? Can she best? Stat Daddy, both these women brought their best to Jersey.
And then we have seen busted doors, insulted abuelas, and a beaten Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. FTR will stop at nothing to take those tag titles from Brotito.
We have a huge casino gauntlet match to determine the first ever AEW National Champion. Bobby Lashley's entering in at number 1. Shelton Benjamin in at number 2. The match can end at any time by pinfall or submission.
Now this match is no holds barred. Can Kyle O'Reilly do the unthinkable and force Moxley to tap yet again?
And then what do you do when you throw a man through a flaming table? Well, I guess you challenge him to a, quote, legitimate contest. Pat believes Darby Allin cannot beat him tonight.
In our biggest money match yet, $1 million trios match, can the Young Bucks work alongside Josh Alexander to take out their old pal, Kenny Omega and Jurassic Express?
Now this one here, some dirty work by the Don Callis family. The TNT title is on the line in a no disqualification match. If Mark Briscoe loses to Fletcher, he must join the Don Callis family.
And then the women's tag team division explodes in this 4-way tag. The winner gets to pick the stipulation for their semifinal match.
And in tonight's main event, the AEW Men's World Championship is on the line. Can the Hangman survive Samoa Joe inside a steel cage?
A changing landscape for all elite wrestling.
You are not a champion.
Tremendous show of respect for Hangman Adam Page.
You are merely holding my belt.
Oh no, don't do this!
Now I've come to collect my championship.
Samoa Joe, if I could, a toast.
One victory away from challenging Hangman Adam Page for the AEW Men's World Championship.
To all elite wrestling,
The Kikakina Clutch!
we're the best wrestle.
Puck taps out, Samoa Joe! Hangman Adam Page in Full Gear!
And to the men's world champion, Hangman Adam Page, the living embodiment of cowboy.
Long may he reign.
Hangman Adam Page! The buck shot! Lariat! The man that said he would make Samoa Joe's life a living hell!
Samoa Joe versus the Hangman. Steel cage match.
When that door closes, and it's just me and you in that ring,
Both champion and challenger are capable of incredible levels of violence.
Remember what I did the last time I was locked inside of a steel cage with another man. There is nowhere for you to go. Samoa Joe, don't you worry about Father Time. The Hangman is going to catch you first. Long may he reign.
Just to let everybody know, the night is pretty insane because we do have Tailgate Brawl happening behind us. And to just kick things up another notch, to make it a little crazier, please welcome Wang from Tales from the Internet, Justin Wang.
What's going on, guys?
Hi.
Now, normally, like, the kind of stuff I cover is, like, weird, gross shit.
Great, welcome.
Sometimes I dabble into wrestling, but, like, you know, I don't think anyone's going to get put in a jar tonight, so I think we're going to be okay.
You never know.
You never know.
All right, guys, let's talk about
Anything can
tonight's main event, Hangman Adam Page versus Samoa Joe inside that steel cage for the AEW Men's World Championship. Who is more dangerous inside a steel cage? Justin, do you have an opinion on that?
I think going into a steel cage match, you're entering Samoa Joe's domain. Like, I've actually made a video covering, like, one of my favorite feuds of his versus Necro Butcher back in the day.
Oh,
That, more than so many of his feuds, proved, like, what an actual ass kicker that guy is. And Hangman Page, like, to see the journey that he's been on the past couple of years, he's kind of, like, allowed this kind of darkness, this darker side to enter his soul a little bit. But I feel like in that situation, though, Joe is just, he's entering Joe's world.
You think Joe's got the edge on this? Jeff, of course, I got to lean on your friendship here with Hangman. Have you spoken to him today? Have you gotten a sense of how he's feeling?
There's no doubt, and I'm impressed with the guy going the throwback to Necro,
Yeah,
but I
right?
will say this, this simple. If you didn't see Hangman versus Swerve in a steel cage match, I've been around this business a long time. I've had a lot of cage matches, but that was Hangman's very first cage match.
Yeah.
There is nothing he will not do to hold on to that title. Hangman walks out of here the champion.
Well, let's talk about what a moment it was, though, when Hangman won the world title from Jon Moxley at All In. That seemed to completely shift things for AEW. What does it look like tomorrow if we wake up and Hangman's not our champion anymore?
Let's talk about when Samoa Joe beat MJF at World's End and shocked everybody. I don't think anyone thought that would happen. Joe has no problem being the boss and taking what's his here. And we have to remember he turned the whole ops group against Hangman.
There's just so much riding on this. I mean, obviously, it's the world title. It's a steel cage match. But who has more pressure on that? It's got to be Hangman.
The Hangman, he is the champion, but you just asked me earlier, have I spoke with him today? I went up to him 3 different times. I should have learned after the second one. He's really in no mood to speak. I went up to him and I said, I just got one question. Where's your head at right now? He said, it doesn't matter where my head's at right now. Where will it be at in about 4 hours when I walk into the ring? That's how dialed in he is.
How do you gain an advantage early on in a steel cage match? Is there any way to kind of go in there and look to get a leg up early on?
I mean, when it comes down to it, you just got to use the cage to your advantage. And I think what we've seen, both guys are willing to do that. So...
well, we're going to find out. I want a prediction from you, RJ. Who's going to be walking out as our world champion?
Come on, RJ. What do you got?
I think I got to go with Joe.
Ooh, wow.
Wow, everybody.
Wow. All right, we'll stick with us on that one.
Honestly, like, Hangman's my guy. Like, to see him win the championship at All In was like an emotional experience for me. It meant a lot to me. I'm kind of feeling Joe tonight. I know everyone's going to disagree with that, but I just have a feeling
I mean,
that
I
Joe
got their
might pull it
prediction.
off.
Jeff, what do you got?
You know where I'm going. Hangman walks out of here. Let's roll.
All right, let's roll with that as we go from the men's world championship to the women's. Can Mercedes Moné make history tonight? Add number 14 to her collection. Can she best Stat Daddy?
1 year after we fought for the very first time.
Mercedes Moné remains champion.
In a completely different world.
Now begins the reign. Statlander.
I am the greatest women's wrestler of all time.
Mercedes Ultima Moné.
I've already beaten you twice, and come Full Gear is gonna be no different.
All these other shows, all these other titles, they're a distraction because we all know where her focus should lie. The world is preying on your downfall. And unfortunately for you, your downfall starts at Full Gear.
You want to disrespect me? I'm going to make you scream. I'm going to make you cry.
Mercedes Moné, Chris Statlander for the AEW Women's World Championship.
Stop looking elsewhere.
Focus, 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 focus.
On me.
I'm going to show you how focused I am.
I hope you are prepared, but your end is now
At Full Gear, Chris, you're talking to soon-to-be 14 belts, my name.
Joining us now, a lady with a little insight into what is going on in the women's division these days, Madison Rain. Hi.
Hi, you guys all look wonderful.
Yeah, we all
so
wore black.
Happy to be here. It's so loud and electric in the Prudential Center tonight. I am thrilled to be here for Full Gear and to break down this championship
Madison,
match.
riddle me this. We got a pretty packed house here tonight in New Jersey. What's this crowd reaction going to be if Mercedes walks away with number 14 as our women's champion?
Listen, this crowd is going to come unglued, not just for Mercedes, but for Chris Statlander. The fans are going to go, they're going to be unhinged for this match tonight, as they should be, because the first time these women were face-to-face in the ring, it was an instant classic.
It certainly was. These women have beaten the crap out of each other before. We saw the way the collision ended this week at the end of our 3-hour-long broadcast. These women are ready to tear each other apart. But Chris Statlander, we talk about Mercedes, we talk about Toni Storm, but let's talk about where Chris Statlander has been in her ascent in the women's division as our women's champion, really cementing herself with this run right now.
You know, Renee, I love stats. And when I looked at the numbers, it felt like to me when I looked at the reality is, Mercedes has 13 titles.
Yeah.
She's been the champion, TBS champion, 545 days. But who is the most winningest female in AEW? Stat.
Jeff, this is why I like you being on the panel.
Listen,
you do the homework.
There's like 2 years of that time that she was on the show. So Stat does nothing but win match after match after match. I believe Mercedes will not walk out of here, and tomorrow will be day one as AEW champion.
What does Mercedes have to do to get number 14 tonight?
Well, I have to say the name of the entire month has been focus. Stat's been saying focus, 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 Mercedes. You've spent a little time with Stat. You've spent a little time with Mercedes. Madison, is Mercedes spreading herself too thin?
You know what? Any other time she was facing any other opponent, I would ask the same question. But I think Chris Statlander is exactly what she is telling Mercedes that she needs to be. She's focused, she's locked in, and I think this is the best version of Chris Statlander we have ever seen.
I'll tell you this. Last night, I checked into the hotel, and I'm like, I better go down, do a little cardio, whatever. I get down there in the elevator with Statlander. She hops on this treadmill. The sprints. This woman is cranking out at 9 p.m.
Yep.
I feel like every time I go down to the gym, she's down there. She does not stop working out. I've heard her talk about how regimented she is in getting in her workouts, making sure that she is always in peak physical condition. So to imagine what shape she's going to be walking into that ring, now it's about the mindset. Where do you think Statlander's mind's at?
Look, there's only one place. She has to figure out. It's weird. It almost feels like she's the champion, but she's at the disadvantage.
Yes.
She has to figure out how to beat Mercedes. Twice before she's tried, and twice before she has failed. I don't know if her strategy is changing or if she's just going to wait for Mercedes to slip up, but she has to wrestle a flawless match tonight.
What are the other girls saying about this match? I mean, I know you're in there in the locker room hanging out with these other girls. We got a lot of action tonight, but how do they feel about this situation with Statlander and Mercedes?
I mean, I think that the locker room as a whole, you know, it's every woman for themselves to some degree, but everyone champions Chris Statlander as champion, as the figurehead for this division. If anyone has earned that title, it's Chris Statlander. So while everyone's clinging for their opportunity, I think they're also supporting and rallying around our new champion.
Certainly. Jeff, who do you see walking out of here tonight?
You know,
as
she
our
just said
AEW
something that
Women's-
piqued an idea in my head. It's talking about spreading too thin. You know, Mercedes has the 13 titles. That's spreading too thin.
Yeah.
Stat's focused about. She's literally focused on one title. I got to go with Stat tonight.
Ooh, I love it. What do you got? Are we all going Stat?
I
Stat,
never thought.
Stat.
Whoa,
Yeah, we're going with Stat. It's a clean sweep for Stat.
You know what? I love that. That's a feel-good story of the day. I'm with it. We are going to find out tonight if Mercedes is walking out with number 14 or Statlander stays tall, just in the shadows of her hometown here in New York City.
Thank you.
As we go from the Women's Championship, if Mercedes can't make history here tonight, one of these men certainly will. We've got the Casino Gauntlet match to determine the first ever AEW National Champion.
I love first.
A new championship. The inaugural AEW National Champion will be decided by the Casino Gauntlet match. Come Full Gear.
The almighty Bobby Lashley. The standard of excellence, Shelton Benjamin. Both of these men have declared themselves as entrants.
I said that I was going to do everything to make sure that you three morons never win gold again, and that's what happened, isn't it, Bob?
It is Ricochet and Bobby Lashley for that crucial #1 spot. The spear! Bobby Lashley entering at #1. Benjamin.
Oh, that's how that's done.
It is official for the #1 and 2 spots in the Casino Gauntlet match. It will be all Hurt Syndicate.
We are businessmen, and we always do what's best for business.
We got the Prudential Center popping off here tonight, but DraftKings is an official partner of AEW right now. All customers can join a free-to-play pool for our Full Gear pay-per-view. Simply answer questions about the main events. Get enough right to earn your share of the prize. Download the DraftKings app now. Sign up with promo code AEW to play free. DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Action. When you think of Tony Storm, you think of at least 3 things that you can't mention in public. And after that, you think about winning and winning big. If you would like a chance to do the same, minus the thighs, then let me introduce you to DraftKings. Funny, I used to be called Breeze Queen. DraftKings has an exclusive offer for all you sicko wrestling fans. All you have to do is download the app and enter the promo code when you sign up. DraftKings. The crown is yours. Unless I want it to.
Joining us to talk about this Casino Gauntlet, our own resident sports. You're gonna break the whole thing down for us, right? DraftKings.
Absolutely. I love being here. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for being here.
The expert. He thinks he's an expert.
He is the expert.
No, he's not.
Whoa, double J. Double J.
He's not the expert.
Whoa, double J.
I'm just kidding. Come on, I bring it. I want to hear what your
Thanks for dressing up,
picks
though.
are tonight.
All right, let's talk about some things that are happening here tonight. I want to get the Casino Gauntlet first because to crown the first ever national champion, we've got Bobby Lashley entering at #1 and Shelton Benjamin entering in at #2. Bearing in mind that this match can end at any time by pinfall or submission, do we even get beyond? Like, what happens with these two in the ring?
Yeah, it's a very interesting dynamic. I mean, obviously, these two have been partners for so long, but now they have to go toe-to-toe for something that's so big, so historic for AEW, and then we don't even know who's really going to be in this match, too, as well. So it's tough to say. I would love to see, personally, Bobby Lashley win this one. He's been such an ambassador all throughout his career, and then to defend this anywhere, nationally, for AEW, I think that would be huge.
Gosh, I mean, I feel the same way about Shelton. I mean, this guy has just been putting on clinics left, right, and center. I feel like the longer Shelton is around, the more people love and adore Shelton, even when he's doing bad guy stuff.
Adore? He kicked Mike Bailey's head off. Who was
he did,
adoring
but people
that?
still like the bad guy. You know, you do a little damage, people can still like you for that.
Sure.
What do you want to talk about here, Steve? You want to talk about tonight's main event?
Yeah, of course. So let's start with some of the questions that are available for this DraftKings pool. Again, if you're new, use promo code AEW when you sign up. And there's a plethora of questions. A plethora, you like that word, baby? There's a plethora of questions. Let's talk about Hangman Adam Page going against Samoa Joe. One of the questions that's included in this pool is how many combined buckshot lariats and muscle busters will occur in this match. The line is set at 3.5. If you asked me this 2 weeks ago, I say this is an easy over. 3 buckshot lariats consecutive to take down Samoa Joe at Wrestle Dream. However, there's a cage match going on now. The buckshot lariat is basically inept at this point. It can't happen. When you look at Hangman Adam Page, when he faced Swerve, he did not hit one in that match. It was actually Swerve who got one, flipping over Paul Turner to give the buckshot lariat, but that really kind of handicaps Hangman here, so I'm going under with the new circumstances we have.
This is why we bring out Steve Buchanan. This guy does his homework. You do too, but that was impressive.
How do you sign this up?
Go to DraftKings.com, use promo code AEW when you sign up. Go to the pools section, and then this questionnaire will be there.
What about for the women tonight? We were just talking about Chris Statlander, Mercedes Moné. What are you thinking for tonight with them?
One of the questions for this one is who is going to win this match? Plain and simple. When you look at this, Mercedes Moné has had Chris Statlander's number. 2-0 against Chris Statlander, once at Full Gear last year, once at World's End. However, if there's one thing that Chris Statlander can say that Mercedes Moné can't, Chris Statlander has beaten Toni Storm twice, and now Chris Statlander is your AEW Women's Champion. Can Mercedes Moné beat Chris Statlander when she's at her peak? It's easy to go with Mercedes. I'm thinking Chris Statlander's going to retain tonight.
Steve Buchanan, you're a beaut. Steve. What a beaut. All right, we go from rattling off all of our DraftKings things. You guys can sign up, DraftKings.com. But let's talk what happened at Blood and Guts just last week. Darby Allin, Pac, these two nearly killed each other. But tonight, we're going back to basics. These two men, one-on-one, no BS.
When are you gonna realize I'm never gonna quit?
I'm sure you remember me.
Oh, wait, is that? No way. Wait, Pac!
There have been very, very few individuals who have had the guts, the bollocks, to stand up to the Death Raiders.
For a year and a half, you said everybody hasn't suffered enough. Trust me, I've suffered plenty.
What I did to Darby Allin at Blood and Guts, it was bloody beautiful. Darby, me and you, mano a mano. When you are stripped of all your bells and whistles, there is no way that someone like yourself can compete at the level of a legitimate athlete like me.
When are you gonna realize I'm never gonna quit?
Well, Darby Allin was lit on fire just over a week ago, and that was insane. So I cannot imagine the state of that man coming in here. We always talk about Darby Allin kind of being made of rubber. Nothing keeps this guy down. Nothing seems to hurt Darby Allin. But we didn't see him this past week on Dynamite. What do you expect for Darby to bring into this match against Pac?
Honestly,
without any of the glitz and glam and the flair, all that stuff.
So Darby Allin, he's a guy that he's like, it's like he's got mutant powers. Like, you can throw anything at him, and he just, like, you just can't hurt the man.
He's a freak.
At the same time, though, knowing that Pac fucking lit him on fire, he's gonna, I feel like we're gonna see Pac burn tonight. He's not gonna let that slide without getting his payback.
All right, I got a question here, though, because I feel like this version of Pac is my favorite thing I've seen in a long time. This man chopped all of his hair off. How much would chopping off your hair just give you a whole different outlook on life? Because I feel like ever since Pac came back with the new hair, he's a new guy.
I'm sorry, it's so.
If you had to cut your hair,
right.
how much would it invigorate you like Pac?
I feel like it would do the opposite, man. Like, I used to have, I mean, everyone who has long hair once had short hair, but I feel like I didn't have any kind of, like, any kind of power to myself until I had the long hair. So,
well,
he's kind of the opposite though. Like Pac right now, like he's always been intense, but he's at like such another level now. You can see it in his eyes.
He's so good. Do you talk to me about the difference that we're seeing in Pac right now? Because this guy seems unstoppable. We know what an athlete he is, but he seems locked in a different way now.
You know, with the ankle reconstructed, and I got a question for you guys. Have anybody seen Darby today?
No.
To my knowledge, nobody has seen him.
For weeks.
But when you talk about, we're just going to drill it down, man versus man, Pac versus Darby, Pac with the rebuilt ankle.
The boom is being brought. Sorry, they brought the boom.
We're about to get into fifth gear here. We're about to get into fifth gear. But no, when it just comes down to those two guys, and I'll say in a one-on-one match, I just don't think as tough and as elusive as Darby may be, I just don't think he can hang with Pac
When you're
in a
going
one-on-one match.
athlete to athlete,
Yeah, I just don't think
it's hard to compare the two.
Yes.
What's your take on that? I mean, this is bare bones, as we've said. It's not a blood and guts match.
I think Pac is underestimating Darby, but kind of by design. Darby, we always forget, as you know, and you're an expert in that sort of fetish type thirst for pain.
Fetish?
We forget what a great, fantastic
right.
wrestler Darby Allin can be. He is quick. He's very smart. He's very innovative. And if he does show up tonight, I think he's going to have a few tricks up his sleeve.
He's a durable man. I'll give him that. He can withstand a lot of pain.
I mean, he withstood Mount Everest.
Yes.
Not many can say that.
No, they can't. Okay, Justin Wang, who's going to be walking out tonight the winner, Pac or Darby Allin?
Ooh, this is a tough one. I'm going to have to say, I think Darby's going to come out on top tonight.
Wow.
I disagree with this man.
I do too.
I'm
me
going to
too.
say Pac is very angry and very in good shape.
Pac's been on a roll, but you know what? Just my gut tells me, back to my stats, Darby's the third most winningest AEW talent.
Really?
Yeah, that's a shocker, right? Darby, and I'm going to call it in an upset.
Okay. Well, we will find out what happens tonight with those two gentlemen and more fallout from Blood and Guts. We are going to see... Oh, we're not going to. We're going trios. Okay, sorry. I got the wrong
Lots
information.
of money on the line. Money's
My
got
bad.
you all been out of shape.
Are we going to trios, Daryl? Where are we headed?
No, let's go back.
We're going to go back? Great.
To Mox and Kyle O'Reilly.
The concussions got us.
Well,
we're all
they brought the boom.
Do I
and
have
it really...
a concussion? What's happened?
I'm well boomed.
All right, well, let's go ahead and take a look at this match. We've got a no disqualification
No holds barred.
match.
No holds barred.
No holds barred.
Don't
Good
bar the
Lord.
holds against Jon Moxley and Kyle O'Reilly.
Well, Kyle's got a lot of holds.
Let's take a look.
Moxley just elbowed referee Paul Turner.
He didn't want to give up again.
I'm about to submit Jon Moxley, and like a petulant kid punches out a referee.
Knowing Jon Moxley, this rematch had to happen.
Guillotine! Oh, the count out. There's only submission or surrender, and Kyle O'Reilly will not relent. The ankle lock! The ankle lock! Nobody to bail him out! Jon Moxley submits!
Kyle O'Reilly, you are not built like me. I want to fight you, Jon! And since you've given me a taste for blood, I want no holds barred! And just like Blood and Guts, you get out!
I would really like this to feel like it's not a biased question. But did Kyle O'Reilly just get lucky at Blood and Guts?
Wow. You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Did he?
I'm going to throw a number at you. Yeah, I'm on a roll with
you
numbers.
You are locked and loaded with the numbers tonight.
647. 647 days Kyle O'Reilly sat at home because of Moxley. I can assure you the tap out was just the beginning of the payback.
Okay. All right.
Did Kyle O'Reilly get lucky in Blood and Guts? Did he get lucky the last two times he wrestled Mox and had him trapped in submissions? Mox had to get him disqualified. He had to get himself counted out. I will say I was commiserating with Justin Wang earlier as we were wont to do.
Yeah.
And you were saying how you feel like this spotlight is very long overdue for Kyle O'Reilly.
Kyle O'Reilly is a guy that, like, I remember going to see him at Hammerstein all the time in Ring of Honor, and every card, no matter what match he was on, was one of the matches I would go home thinking about. He's so good, and I'm so stoked to see him up against Moxley at the top of the card right now. And honestly, I heard the fans chanting, "You tapped out" at Moxley, and it's like, what's he gonna do? It's either you tap out or you let him break your leg and then you're out for months. And people are gonna remember how tough you are because you didn't tap out then? No, but at the same time, Kyle is a technical beast. Like, I just think Kyle is always going to come out on top in this situation.
Okay, well, let's talk Jon Moxley. Yes, we've seen a little bit of a downslide for Jon lately. We saw him tap out to Kyle. We've, ever since basically he lost the world title to Hangman, he's had to go back to the drawing board. But that is the thing with Jon that I get to see, that this isn't a man that sits home going, "Oh, I lost," and gets all like bummed out about it, or all of a sudden gets like locked in his head about something. This is a guy that now goes back to the drawing board because his whole MO is to work harder and be tougher than everybody else in the room. So that's what I've seen from Jon, is trying to find a way to best Kyle O'Reilly. I mean, like you said, we're all fans of Kyle. Kyle O'Reilly's incredible. This is a great moment for him. I think, seeing the crowd come up for him at the end of Blood and Guts was a huge moment. I've seen Kyle for a long time too. But I think that this is a different beast. Much like Darby and Pac, you come out of Blood and Guts where you guys are doing the most insane things to now going back to basics in both of these matches. Who do you think that this match
Renee,
favors?
of all people, for you to say Moxley needs to go back to the drawing board, he's done nothing but win. I mean, win since day one here. Week after week, he has the most wins.
Yes.
He's winning. He's walking out of here. He doesn't have to go back to the drawing board.
He's not sweating it, right?
No, well, he may be sweating, but I can assure you there's going to be two guys in the ring tonight,
Yeah.
night 10. Moxley gets his hand raised.
Yes, that's right. All right, you guys have any final predictions for this match or what you think is going to happen? You want to be more homers for Kyle O'Reilly?
I think that if it winds up being a more technical match, you got to give it to Kyle. But if Mox can make this more of a brawl, if he can force Kyle to fight his fight, he's going to win.
Okay.
I'm not going to cast a vote.
What?
I can't have your ranker next to me.
Oh, you damn coward.
You can't be Switzerland.
Move on, move on,
Make
move
a
on.
choice. No, you get paid to make a choice. Make a choice.
Kyle.
Here we go.
Jeff, let's go.
No, I've already said it. Mox.
Yeah, this is my guy.
No doubt.
This is why me and you are coordinated.
We're color coordinated
We're ready
today.
to go.
But there is no doubt.
Well, all right.
I just don't want to. I would not want to be Kyle tonight. No. I can assure you that.
Well, we may look like $1 million here tonight. There is $1 million.
There you go. What a segue.
On the line in this trios match. Can the Young Bucks work alongside Josh Alexander to take out their old buddy Kenny Omega and Jurassic Express?
It's criminal what this company has been doing to you. Maybe it would help you to have a family to have your back. I have successfully negotiated the first ever $1 million tag match. You team at Full Gear with Josh Alexander against Jurassic Express, that piece of human excrement, Kenny Omega.
You're saying we have the same enemy.
You're Ibushi!
I'm running low on friends.
Is it safe to assume that you have joined the Don Callis family?
Last week they sent you guys a message. Well, this week we sent one back.
Josh Alexander, when things became personal, $1 million, $2 million, $10 million, no amount of money is gonna save you from what we are gonna do.
Joining us now here on Full Gear 0 Hour, he is the author of This Book is Elite. He is Keith Elliott Greenberg. Hello.
Yes, and as they say, Greenberg means ratings, and that's why I'm here.
That's why we made the request.
Who
Bring
says that?
this man out to us.
I said it.
How was this process of writing this book different from ones that you've done in the past?
Well, it was living history. So we were living in, the present as history was unfolding. And that is truly what makes this book unique. And as we see, AEW history continues to unfold, and hopefully I'll be writing a second book at some stage.
Who was the best person to interview for the book?
Oh, well, that's very subjective. I would say, since we're talking about Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks, they rank pretty high.
Yeah.
And I would say of all the greats I interviewed, Sting may have been the one, just because of the thrill of interviewing a legend like that.
When we talk about the history and we look at the history between the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega, we could see them questioning what they were going to do. Are they going to join the Don Callis family? Can they work alongside Josh Alexander tonight? Because what we saw on Dynamite wasn't looking so hot for that crew. It also looked like Josh Alexander doesn't feel so good about this either. Looks like he's...
Well, I don't know. I think Josh Alexander might be the most dangerous person in this match.
Okay.
You know, I think he's being overlooked because we're focused on the internecine rivalries between the other parties.
Okay. All right. That's...
And he may have the most to prove as well.
That's true. That's very true. You know, he just attacked Nakazawa.
Yes.
He messed up Nakazawa's leg, and the Young Bucks just called him the most underrated man on the entire roster. As you know, they've seen this whole place from the ground up, and for them to say that truly means something about Josh Alexander.
What are you expecting from Kenny Omega here tonight?
You know what? I've always said there's three things that motivate us as performers in the ring: titles, money, or revenge.
Okay.
There's a lot of money on the line tonight, but at the very top of that for Omega, he wants to get revenge for his man Ibushi. He holds Josh Alexander personally responsible. I can assure you Omega is coming in the winner, and leaving the winner with $1 million.
Here's my final question to you guys. Are the Young Bucks going to be a part of the Don Callis family by the end of the night? Do you think that they say yes? Have they, their money is flowing their way, they're getting the entrances back? Are they going to join?
Well, you know, I think there's also, it seems like they have some mixed feelings about it. I mean, this entire saga is about the fragility of family. And when I say family, I'm not speaking about it in a biological sense. I mean, the Elite preceded AEW. In some ways, people would say without the Elite, there wouldn't be AEW.
Sure.
And you also have Jurassic Express. They precede AEW. They were known as a boy and his dinosaur. And we've seen both of these groups splinter and, in the case of Jurassic Express, come back. But will the Bucks feel nostalgic and reconcile? Or will the Bucks and Don Callis deceiving everybody?
You know, I can see why you're such a great writer. What a vocabulary.
Real Hemingway over here.
That's beautiful. All right, what do you got? Quick.
Let's talk about that tag team title match on the line. Brodito against FDR. You're going to want to punch through a door to watch this one.
It's loud up in here.
I'm telling you it is.
11 years ago, FTR was formed. FTR will be the absolute best tag team of all time.
Brodito, do you think that anything that you've done will be remembered? I don't think so.
FTR, you've attacked legends.
Wait a second, come on, no!
Little kiss on the cheek. You've attacked family.
Gravity, Bandito's brothers.
We are going to take those belts from you. You might be the feel-good story of the year. On a Saturday, we close the book. You have proven, without a doubt, that you are one of the greatest professional wrestling tag teams in history. But what you haven't proven is that you can beat us.
For the glory, this is my story. You can ignore me. For the glory.
This match is what we hang our hat. This is what we live our legacy by. This is what we build our foundation of one era of tag team wrestling. Unfortunately, Brodito, you're the ones in the way. Remember, Brodito never stops fighting.
We have brought out former Ring of Honor World Champion, Mr. Jay Lethal. Hi.
Yeah, Jason.
What's up, guys? Hey, long time no see, Jeff.
Hello, partner. Hello,
Should we rearrange so you guys can hang out, or good?
He's been ducking me.
Give them some space.
Okay.
I helped him pick that jacket out.
Ah, well, I appreciate it because we match. I dig it. Jay, let's talk about Bandito and the run that he has been on as the Ring of Honor World Champion. Well, obviously, we'll talk Brodito in a second. Let's just talk Bandito. Jeez.
I would love to talk about Bandito. In fact, let's all raise our invisible caps out of respect to what Bandito is doing right now, because right now he is also one half of the AEW Tag Team Champions, but he is also carrying the weight of the Ring of Honor brand on his back as he defends the Ring of Honor World Championship time and time again. Guys, I think you would have to all agree with me when I say Bandito is operating on another level right now.
Whoa. Now, Jay, I hear you loud and clear, but we've talked about this on the panel a couple of times tonight, about being spread too thin. You have to agree. He needs to focus on one or the other, either the ROH title or the tag titles. You got to agree.
Well, you're 100% right, especially going into a match against FTR. Jeff, you and I have been in the ring with these guys. They are no joke. You've got to be 100% locked in. You've got to be 100% committed. And if you're not, then it's a disservice to you and the match. So you're absolutely right. Bandito might be spread a little thin.
Well, let's talk FTR. What is it like being in the ring with these guys? We can hear and watch and see how great they are, but when you're actually going toe-to-toe with those guys, what's that like?
Well, you know, Renee, I've been in the ring with all of these guys. When it comes to FTR, one of the best tag teams I've ever been in the ring with. When it comes to Bandito, you can't match anything he does. When it comes to Brody, I have never been hit harder before in my entire life. This is a toss-up, but if I had to make my stamp of approval, gosh, I think I would go with Brodito.
I'm really hoping that Brody King was able to shake off falling off that ladder at home, hanging up his Christmas lights. Did you guys see that?
Boy. Yeah, take it easy, pal.
Poor guy.
I do have to ask a question. Jay, you are a Jersey boy. Tell me what it's like performing in front of these insane people.
Well, the coolest part is I was only 4.2 miles away from this arena right now, straight from Dad's door.
I love it.
I got to tell you, it feels so good being here. And what a show we have today, huh? This is going to be incredible.
Do you think that these New Jersey people are going to be bummed out if we see Brodito come to a screeching halt here tonight?
Yes, absolutely. But you know, I don't think I'd ever think I would say this. FTR has been a complete tag team. They have won titles all over the world. When they put Stoke and they came together, I thought, I'm not so sure about this pairing, but week after week after week, their chemistry has grown on me.
That was going to work out.
The chemistry's grown on me. He's an unknown out there. He's a variable. I think he is the deciding factor tonight.
Wow.
Do you have any opinions on how annoying Stokely can be?
Oh, God. Yeah. I mean, I don't think there's a scale that would match the level of annoyance. Yeah, off the scale.
I'm truly surprised. I mean, to your point, I think everyone was kind of waiting for that trio to implode, but they're kind of gelling right now.
Keep waiting. Keep waiting. I'm waiting with bated breath, as they say. Keep waiting.
All right, well, who do you see walking away with the tag titles tonight?
I'm going with Brodito.
Yeah.
100%, hands down.
I don't think you can ever bet against FTR.
I agree. I think I just said it. He is the deciding factor. Stoke, FTR, walk out of here.
Am I alone here?
No, I'm with you.
Tag team
I'm
champions.
with you.
Okay,
Brodito.
okay. All right.
All right, guys, we are going to take things on down. We've got the VIP deck. Let's go check in with Lexi Nair.
We are coming to you live from the VIP deck. Guys, how you feeling? We got tables, we got cocktails, but more importantly, we have the good vibes. I'm here with my good friend, Daddy Magic, alongside of the NJ Devil.
Lexi, happy to be here. We got the Devil. We got the Prudential Center, New Jersey. No doubt about it, capacity crowd. And I cannot wait, Lexi. World Championship on the line, steel cage. Hangman Adam Page defending against Samoa Joe, no doubt about it.
We have seen Hangman Page do unspeakable things inside of a steel cage match. So, Daddy Magic, with that being said, who you got tonight?
Well, so here's the thing. Samoa Joe had the title match last month, right? Didn't get it done. You don't know how many more kicks at the can you're going to get in this business. So tonight, Samoa Joe, my opinion, we're going to have a new world heavyweight champion.
This is true. Samoa Joe or Hangman Adam Page. What you got?
Hangman.
Oh, we got the Hangman. All right, well, that's coming up later tonight, but what we're not talking more about is this women's Four Corners tag match that is happening, because the winner determines the stipulation of the semifinals match heading into the AEW World Tag Team Championship Tournament.
For the first time ever, we will crown the inaugural AEW Women's World Tag Team Champions.
The women's division is as rugged and rough and violent as we've ever seen.
Timeless Tony Storm surrendered, attempting to save Mina Shirakawa.
Breaking news per Tony Khan that the 4 teams that earn spots in the semifinals will meet at Full Gear in a 4 corners tag team match. The winner of that match will choose the stipulation in their semifinals match.
Very valuable tool in this tournament to crown the inaugural AEW Women's World Tag Team Champions.
We won't be leaving that ring until we're wearing your skulls as a pearl necklace.
Tony Storm, Mina Shirakawa will meet with Megan Bayne and Marina Shafir in the semifinals. The Babes of Wrath facing the Sisters of Sin. The high-stakes 4-way tag team match.
You will piss yourself with blood!
Hey everybody, Amazon is now making it even easier to connect with your favorite AEW merch on and off screen. Get out of town, search Shop the Show in your Amazon shopping app for access to the official AEW store. There's a nice Orange Cassidy, Tony Storm, a hologram. Support your favorite and least favorite wrestlers by grabbing some Shop AEW exclusive merch online today.
All right, listen, I agree with Lexi Nair. I feel like we got to shine a little spotlight.
Oh, no. Okay. All right.
Hello. Thank you for joining us. We've got Tekla here with us.
What's up, bitches?
Okay, all right. I guess that's the plural picture.
Okay, Sisters of Sin tonight. What is the game plan coming into this 4 corners tag match?
The Sisters of Sin do not need a game plan. This is a no-brainer. They already got this shit.
Okay, great. She scares me a little bit.
Okay, well, I do have a question.
Okay.
Tony Storm, Mina Shirakawa seem to have put a hit out on you and Megan and Marina and the Sisters of Sin because of what happened at Blood and Guts. Are you at all worried about being here tonight?
Personally, I'm not worried at all. I did see something about that, but I don't think she's got it in her anymore. I think now that she's lost the belt, there's really nothing she can do about anything. The humiliation we put to her in the Blood and Guts match, it was something different. So, Tony, come on, try us. You ain't got it.
Tekla, you have a twisted mind. We know that. We've seen it. We know that in this 4 corners match, the winner of this match gets to choose the stipulation for their semifinals match. Should the Sisters of Sin win tonight, what's the stipulation you guys do you have a couple that you're thinking about?
Well, we've already been brainstorming a little bit because that kind of sick shit is what we're on about, you know? That's what we like to do in our free time. So, I can't really tell you what we're going to be doing, you know. I mean, that's a little surprise. What I can tell you is that the girls are going to kill it tonight, and you're about to be very, very surprised because you thought Blood and Guts was bad. Woo, baby!
How proud of you of those girls at Blood and Guts?
I'm very proud. I saw Sky, and I see her in a completely different light now. She's absolutely batshit crazy, and I love it. I'm totally here for it. Very proud of them. Go, girls.
Let's talk about one of the other tag teams that is in this tournament here. We've got Megan Bayne and Marina Shafir. These two just sort of happen together, but sometimes you put 2 odd pairs together and you strike gold. Does it feel that way? Do you guys feel a little bit threatened by this new tag team that none of us were expecting?
So I do have to say Megan Bayne and Marina Shafir actually did kind of knock it out of the park. I'm not going to lie. They seem very threatening. I know Megan is a powerhouse, and Marina Shafir is just as crazy as the other bitches, you know. What I do know is that they ain't got it like the Sisters of Sin, you know. Those girls have the same mind. They think in the same way, and they're a team. So Marina and Megan.
Yeah. Dangerous.
No way. They can't be on the same page. They can try, but they're not gonna be.
Talk to me a little bit about Willow and Harley Cameron, because I mean, they're an adorable pair, the Babes of Wrath.
Never mind being adorable, one of the biggest upsets of the year, quite frankly, winning their first round match against Mercedes Moné
That's
and
huge
Athena.
momentum. Yes.
They were shocked about it. I think they have a chemistry that they weren't even aware of, and obviously they're going to really need to lean into it tonight.
Jeff, do you have who do you think's going to win this 4-way?
In a 4 corners, 4-way match, the psychology, the strategy is always completely different. You absolutely have to go with the most experienced. Toni Storm walks out of there tonight with her hand raised.
Dang, you want to make a prediction?
Nope. Hey, Sisters of Sin.
Sisters of Sin.
Yep.
It's going to be Sisters of Sin. Tekla, thank you for joining us on this panel. Great to see you. Good insight.
What you saying? I have no idea.
We love you.
Shut up!
Get out of here.
That's fine. That's
All right,
Tekla.
guys, is the 5th time the charm. Tonight, it is a no DQ match with the TNT Championship on the line. If Mark Briscoe cannot beat Kyle Fletcher, he will officially be joining the Don Callis family.
Good seeing you.
The TNT Championship hangs in the balance. Oh no! Turner didn't see it.
Give me one more shot.
No. You stepped up. You brought everything you had. Then it was still not good enough.
Reach for the sky, boy. Kyle Fletcher, Mark Briscoe, no disqualification.
Poppy needs a little something. When you lose to Kyle, you will join the Don Callis family.
One defense away from breaking the all-time record in a single reign with the TNT Championship. Say my full name.
At Full Gear, it's you that has made a deal with the devil.
I'm going to cement my legacy as the greatest TNT champion of all time.
Justin Wang, you were on here a little bit earlier with us talking about how much you loved being able to watch Ring of Honor, which means, of course, you've seen your fair share of the Briscoe brothers.
Oh, yeah.
Seeing Mark on this run that he's on right now, talk to me just about the growth of Mark Briscoe.
Excuse me, what was that?
The growth of Mark Briscoe.
You know, it's interesting.
It's a little
like,
loud in
you'd
here,
always
guys.
See, what?
It's a little loud in here.
You know, it's interesting to see how he's coming to his own as a single star. I do feel like he's been taking a lot of losses lately. It would, on one hand, Kyle Fletcher is just like he's going to be the champion one day. Like, it's a foregone conclusion. Kyle Fletcher is the future of wrestling. But you know, you can't not love Mark Briscoe. Like, it would make me so happy to see him come away with the win tonight.
Okay, so if Mark doesn't get the win tonight and he joins the Don Callis family, is that such a bad thing?
Oh, I would actually personally love to see it because he would put a wild card, a monkey wrench in that entire family. But look, what he just said about Kyle Fletcher, in my opinion, is one of the things when a guy is rising up the ranks, you just set a foregone conclusion. That will work against Kyle tonight because Kyle, Don Callis, every member of the Don Callis family thinks that they have this win in the bag.
Yeah.
That's not it, because I've seen Briscoe from day one in this industry, and he's worked his way up and worked his way up. And if there's one thing about a Briscoe, if you back him in a corner, he's going to come out swinging. Mark is backed in a corner. The last thing he wants to do, not just because of losing the title, but his pride, who he is as a man. He does not want to be a part of that family because of his morals. He comes out of here tonight. He's fighting for everything in his body that he has. I'm pulling for Mark. He's winning tonight.
It is so loud in here tonight. Not only are we in a packed Prudential Center, but we do have tailgate brawl happening right here behind us. So we're popping off on all angles. Okay, so Mark Briscoe, everything kind of always comes back to his family. That seems to be the thing that people love to poke and prod at.
Well, he's got a brand new family in the Don Callis family, as far as I'm concerned. Don, as much as Kyle Fletcher would beat Mark Briscoe, you couldn't get rid of him. He is the cat who came back, and Don realized if you can't beat him, why don't we just own him? What dastardly plans would Don Callis have with Mark Briscoe in his... If you had Mark Briscoe in your family, what would you be doing with him?
What would I'd be fucking... I don't know, fucking chasing chickens around the yard.
Right.
Talking about how Terry Funk didn't wear a mouthpiece.
Okay. Great. I don't know if we're allowed to swear on this show.
Well, we're going to find out. We got all kind of vocabulary going on here tonight.
We do. A little variety, a little something for everybody. That's what pro wrestling is all about. You were talking about Kyle Fletcher being the future of professional wrestling. I think that we can all agree to that. But what is it to you that makes Kyle so special?
Oh, so
Kyle Fletcher, what makes him so special?
You know, Kyle Fletcher, he's the guy he came into AEW. And honestly, like, when he first came here, I thought of him as kind of like a budget Will Ospreay. But since that time, like, he's coming to he is his own guy now. He's constantly doing new shit, finding new ways to just like new ways to come out on top all the time. And granted, he does have a massive Don Callis family behind him.
And he's only like 25.
He's got a long way to climb that mountain. What do we got tonight,
all right,
Renee?
buddy, talk to me. How do we watch the pay-per-view? It's about to happen. Let's get into it.
Great question. If you're in the United States, you can watch Full Gear on HBO Max, Prime Video, YouTube, PPV.com, in-demand traditional cable satellite providers, and Dave & Buster's.
Yes, and if you guys are watching internationally, you guys can watch on YouTube, PPV.com, as well as Prime, because the show, I mean, we are just about 5 minutes away from being live on pay-per-view with Full Gear. Let's talk about what is ahead of us tonight. We are getting into it. Mercedes Moné, can she do it? Can she walk away with 14 belts tonight? Can she best Stat Daddy Chris Statlander? We find out tonight at Full Gear.
And then Brodito is the unlikely duo that did, but they are going to have to defend their titles against the team that always can in FTR.
History will be made here tonight in New Jersey, the Casino Gauntlet match to determine the first AEW National Champion. Bobby Lashley, spot number 1. Spot number 2, Shelton Benjamin.
He came close twice, and he did it once. Now Kyle is going to have to defeat Jon Moxley in a no-holds-barred match.
From their blood and guts match to back to the basics, tonight it is Pac versus Darby Allin. No BS.
And then Kenny Omega and the Jurassic Express will face the Young Bucks and Josh Alexander to answer the question, who wants to be a millionaire?
The TNT Championship is on the line in a no disqualification match. If Kyle Fletcher defeats Mark Briscoe, Briscoe will join the Don Callis family.
And then the Timeless Love Bombs, the Babes of Wrath, the Sisters of Sin, and Megan Bayne and Marina Shafir all collide to pick the stipulation for their semifinal match.
And tonight's main event, the AEW Men's World Championship. Hangman Adam Page, can he survive one of the most dangerous, deadliest men of this sport in Samoa Joe? We find out tonight inside a steel cage. Guys, that is it for us tonight. Thank you for joining us here on Full Gear 0 Hour. Justin Wang, thank you.
Thank you so much for having me.
It was great to have you here tonight. All right, guys, enjoy the show. Asses are going to get kicked tonight, but tonight we've got a main event inside a steel cage. Don't miss any of it.
Let's do this.
That's right.
Too loud.
Life is about choices. Each interlocks into the next, setting in motion all that moves us forward.
You should have all known better
Whether a positive direction
than to make an enemy
or negative
out of me.
is all subjective.
As long as you call yourself a champion, I come hunting for you. Bring it down!
The cage is lowering. Samoa Joe fleeing.
At Full Gear, Samoa Joe versus the Hangman in a steel cage match.
But these choices have consequences.
FTR will make history when they become 3-time AEW World Tag Team Champions.
Give me one more shot.
When you lose to Kyle at Full Gear, you will join the Don Callis family and you will leave the conglomeration forever.
The first ever $1 million trios match.
Kenny Omega and Jurassic Express versus Josh Alexander and the Young Bucks.
Darby, me and you, mano a mano. Full Gear. Statlander at the beginning of her AEW Women's title reign. Mercedes Moné just broke a record with the TBS title. But is there more coming?
Statlander. Oh!
Mercedes, you can hold as much gold in the world that you want, but all of that means nothing unless you're holding the prize that you so truly desire.
in the end, those consequences will be paid.
I want no holds barred!
Casino Gauntlet match with the winner earning the very first AEW National Championship.
You want to be chained up with me, and you want to understand who truly is the better man.